Hello, so today we are going to learn how to use our prior knowledge to make connections with the new information we learn, and we are going to accomplish this by using an anchor chart, which you can see here, and learning about two different types of animals. And the book we're going to read is called Sisters and Brothers, and it's written and illustrated by Steve Jenkins and Robin Page. And this lesson is important because it's good to know how to make new connections from old connections, because it can help us understand more about the topic at hand, and things connect with one another. So whatever we know ahead of time can always be expanded upon. And for example, I knew that kangaroos have a pouch in which their baby lives in, and when I went to Australia, I learned more about this, and I even got to pet one, and I learned a lot of things that I didn't know before, and I was able to expand on the information I already knew, which was really fascinating. In today's lesson, the two animals we're going to be discussing are a grizzly bear and a turkey. If you could take a moment now to turn and talk to a partner for 1 minute to discuss what you already know about these two animals, please do so. And let's come back together now and share what we have learned. And I will write down in this column that's labeled what we already know, as you share. And I'm pretty sure it's obvious that we all know that a turkey is used for Thanksgiving, so that is definitely something we can write down. And good job. Is there anything else for us to put onto our what we already know section of the chart? No? Okay, then we're going to move on and start reading. So the young grizzly, so as I read this page, we are going to be looking out for new information that we're finding, and you all have post-it notes and pens and pencils on your desks that you're going to use. And when you hear something new that you didn't know before, please write it down, and then we are going to use it as a class discussion, and I'm going to stop every few sentences for us to come together and make sure we understand what's going on. Young grizzly bear brothers like to fight. At first, they're only playing. As they get older, however, their tussles become more serious. Grizzly bears are born in litters of 2 or more cubs. So from this, what are some things we can learn? Some new information I learned is that they like to fight, and as they get older, it gets to be more serious. And I know that something we wrote on our chart was that they're called cubs, but what we didn't know was that they come in litters of 2 or 3, so it's great that now we can connect those two together. And we'll continue reading. They stay close to their mother for about a year. When the mother leaves, the young bears may stay together for another year, searching for food and sleeping through the winter in a furry pile. So some new information that we are learning here is that they stay together for about a year, and then the mother eventually goes off on her own, and then the brothers will stay together, and they'll search for food together and shelter and just support one another. As a male cub gets older, he wants to establish and defend his own territory. Grizzly bear brothers fight increasingly fierce battles until the losing male cub leaves to search for territory somewhere else. The brothers usually separate before one of them gets seriously hurt. So what we learned here is that they can get too aggressive, that one of them has to eventually leave because they don't want to hurt their own sibling, which I know none of you would want to hurt any of your siblings. So after we've written down all of the information, it is going to be your turn next, and we're going to also figure out what connections we've made here. I know we have discussed the baby cubs and the litters of 2 or 3, and now it is going to be your turn to do it with turkeys, and I'll help you through the process. And please let me know if you have any questions.